Good evening, everyone. Good evening, all the dignitaries. Thank you very much, Veeranaji, for that kind introduction. I'm sure that that's definitely over-exaggerated. That's okay, thank you. When ISWA approached me a couple of weeks ago about giving a guest speaker talk, I was not sure what exactly I'm going to talk about it. Being a medical profession, I thought, let me just share some of the key elements of success and my own experience, and probably my own experience about the success. So I know today is a Sunday evening. You've given away all your precious time to come all the way. I'm sure that I won't take more than 10 minutes. Tell me, who does not want to be successful? We all want to be successful. And whatever the business we do, and whatever the profession we are in, and whatever the education we're doing, we all want to be successful. But success is definitely not only money or fame. Success is the accomplishment of your goals and accomplishment of the purpose. So in this process of success, we all make mistakes. And obviously, I've done a lot of mistakes. And even though I did my medicine, obviously I left my medicine for 3 years, I wanted to be a public servant. And I sat for the state administrative services, I sat for the Indian administrative services. Even though I got selected in the Department of Excise, I did not take it up. Being a doctor, I did not want to be in the excise department. Then those days, I'm talking about late 90s, there was a software euphoria. And my colleagues were earning lakhs of rupees per month, and I was working as a duty doctor for 2,000 rupees. And obviously that tempted me, and I attempted to become a software engineer. But finally, I decided to continue my medicine, went to UK and ended up in Australia as a general practitioner. And I've been establishing the medical center since 2014. But what I want to tell you here is focus. Focus is very important, and perseverance is also very important. If you want to keep a ladder, that's probably the first step in the success. That focus is very important. And committing to make no efforts in the areas outside your priorities is a form of discipline, is a form of self-discipline that speeds up your process of attainment of the success. I know many people sitting here, so today they're all successful and they've been successful for a number of years. They're not successful just because they are successful, not just because they got extra capabilities, not because they got extra ideas. They are successful because it is just that they bet on their ideas and they took a calculated risk. And more importantly, they acted very promptly when the opportunity actually has come up to them. So opportunity is very important. So before you say no to any opportunity, think 10 times. We all know that opportunity knocks only once on your door. When I said the same thing to my little daughter, she said, "Daddy, you got the door there, why can't I come back and knock it second time?" So that's a good question. And as you know, Richard Branson, obviously the founder of Virgin, and he famously said, if somebody gives you a fantastic opportunity, and if you don't know what to do, just say yes. Then, so then you can try to do it later on, how to do it. So one has to have some sort of a leadership skills, to be successful. Start thinking about yourself. Start thinking about your own energy. Energy is very important. You need to have being a leader, you need to have a right energy. You need to have really a right energy to inspire the people, to attract the people. Energy is very infectious, it's really infectious. It attracts the people who are working for you. And people love to work for the right leader who has got the right energy. So energy is very important. I would say energy is 90% and probably 10% is inspiration. People are also very important in the industry. So people work for the organization, but people love to work for the right person who has got the right energy. For any business, getting the right people, sitting in the right seat of the bus is very important. And you also need to make sure, get the wrong people out of the bus. It is a hard decision, but you need to make it to move forward. The other thing is continuously you need to keep looking for a talent. In the current world, the biggest challenge is actually to find the right talent. So talent is very important for any business. We all live in a descriptive world. We all live in a world with fast variations. Look at the COVID, what it has done to our community, what it has done to our the GDP, the economy, and for the health industry. So in a descriptive world like this, to survive, there are two concepts. One is the speed of your ideas and thoughts, and the other one is speed of execution. So execution is very important. If you don't execute your ideas well, then your ideas will just sit in the shelf. So execution is very important. In today's world, plan and planning work up to an extent, but what you need is basically how far you can adopt and how fast you can respond. That's very important. Think of a thing which has not been thought of, because down the track in the 10 years' time, what may disrupt you has not been thought of. I would like to give a good example for this. We all know about a company called Kodak, which was a very popular company 15, 20 years ago in the photographic industry. And it was actually the investors' darling as well. But now it does not exist anymore. The reason is it did not respond. And again, many of the Fortune 500 companies, 10 years ago, they were very popular, but they don't exist anymore because they did not respond. So that is the key. Charles Darwin rightly said, it's not the strongest of the species which survive, nor the intelligent. It is the one which is more responsive to change. So the key to success here being responsive and adaptive. So that's very important. You also need to have a sort of a dedication and commitment. You need to have a sort of a restlessness that you want to achieve something and you want to grow and succeed. You should never take it as granted. And I probably call this as a productive paranoia. You need to actually have a bit of a paranoia about your competition, the market trends, and what may come and disrupt you, because all these things are basically not predictable. See, of course, the other important thing is technology and innovation. Innovation is very important. Innovation may come from any part of your organization. It may come from your staffs, it may come from your management team, or it may come from your own family members. Being a right leader, you just need to take those ideas, implement those innovation, and reward those people who come with those ideas. You can tap on that. You hear a lot of stories about the success. You hear about a lot of leaders, A, B, C, but the thing what you need to ask the question is, why and what? The question how may not be relevant, but if you get the question why and what wrong, obviously, so then you're going to have a hard time. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But make sure before you climb the ladder, it is sitting on the right wall. This is very important that you just need to ask this question yourself. So as a leader, build integrity, work ethically, and as much as possible, be transparent and be balanced. So finally, the word entrepreneur is actually a French word. It's a loan word from the French, verb entreprendre, meaning to undertake. So you need to constantly keep looking and innovating. The biggest weakness is giving up. And the most certain way to success is just try one more time. I would like to conclude by a sentence from Martin Luther, one of the American Christian ministers and a Nobel laureate. If you cannot fly, try to run. If you cannot run, try to walk. And if you cannot walk, try to at least crawl. Whatever you do, you just need to do something to move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity.